I had this other theory that Bianca and Naomi worked together to attack Jade, but they've been fronting, putting on a little act, acting like they don't know what happened. Naomi like, oh my God, I went to go check to see if there's any more information about, and then she ain't find nothing out. I don't put nothing past nothing.
Here's my theory. I feel like if Jakara and Lash win, there's gonna be some type of a misstep between Bianca and Naomi. Yes. Just like when Bianca made a mistake and whipped her with that braid.
By mistake.
I mean, they did have it. She whipped it. However, I also do feel like once that misstep happened, Naomi's frustration is gonna take off because it's not once, now it's twice that you hit me, and now she's gonna feel like, and now that's when it's all gonna spill out and boil out. They're just gonna be like,
yep,
my heart, the palpitations.
I am very excited about whatever happens there.
Queen P.R, Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black Excellence, making it effortless, podcast bringing up women in wrestling. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite girls, those wrestling girls. It's your girl, Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
And Queen P.R. is back. Yay. She's back from her Viva La Raza in Mexico. Yes. How was the vacation?
It was so fun. I really wish I was still on the beach.
I'm sure, because this weather, you came back to some treacherous weather out here, girl.
I did, but it was so fun. My sister and I had a good time. We did a lot of firsts, scuba diving and zip lining through the jungles and shit. So yeah, it was really fun.
It was fun. This is 35?
Yes.
I'm right around the corner. We got to get these Aquariuses out of the way because Pisces season is right here.
It's still Capricorn season, technically.
Listen, y'all can have it. Once Pisces season come, I don't care what nobody say, okay? I don't care what nobody say. But girl, we have a lot to cover.
We do.
You've been going. There's been a lot happening in wrestling.
Yes, very much so.
And I apologize for bothering you on vacation, but it was just like I had to keep you filled in.
Problemo.
Had to keep you filled in.
I'm always tuned in.
Yeah.
I'm always tuned in. Thank God for Netflix, because I was able to still kind of watch everything. So
yes, thank God for Netflix. So let's jump right into it. I want to first talk about. Oh wait, before we get into wrestling, we actually have an answer to our question of what's next for Liv Morgan. So we're gonna let that play.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Miller, and I've been a huge WWE fan since, and my social media handle is World of J, WRLD of J _. And what's next for Liv Morgan? I think that Liv Morgan can either have that rematch against Rhea again, or she can have a solos run and go to SmackDown with a solos run and go for the the United States Championship against Chelsea Green. Because I think Liv Morgan proved herself that she can be up there with the Rheas, the Biancas, the Charlottes, and all of that.
I mean, I kind of would have to agree. Like, I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to see what's next for Liv Morgan. I do feel like, Liv Morgan should definitely be mid-card somewhere without Big Back. I mean, Raquel, sorry. And, so, yeah, thank you for your answers. Thank you for calling in. Please make sure that you definitely call our hotline at 929-269-2501. Again, the number is 929-269-2501. We're going to remember that at the top of our heads.
Yes, we're going to know by heart. Y'all are going to know by heart.
I think we're going to put it to the Mike Jones beat.
Yes.
We have to. We have to. We have to do that rhythm.
Yes.
But yes, like P said, we're going to remember it. Y'all going to know it by heart. And it's going to be ad nauseum at this point, okay?
So when you guys think of a hot take, call us. Let us know. We love featuring you guys on the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you to everyone who has dropped a message in the hotline. Can't feature everybody.
Yeah.
But we do want to hear your takes, and we'll try to respond to everybody.
We will definitely respond to everybody. So let's get into it, because there's been a lot happening in wrestling.
Yes.
So we've seen Friday Night SmackDown. We saw the tag team between Naomi and Bianca versus Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, which was
very good match.
Really good match. I don't. For me, it's those matches like that starting to feel like fillers, because it's like I said in the last episode, matchups so many Nia Jax is my Sami Zayn. So I just feel like we need something new. We need to shake it up a little bit. And then we also seen that Bayley, and I'm jumping the gun a little bit because we're in Royal Rumble season. Yes. Everything is just everywhere at this moment in time. But we also seen that, Bayley and Nia have declared themselves for the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Which
Bayley
is
having
literally
won last year.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, maybe she could be the first woman to win twice.
That's Bianca's dream.
I will not be mad at that.
I low-key would. Just because Bianca said it first.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
But I kind of want to go into the TNA and WWE partnership that was officially announced.
Yes.
Genesis happened. We saw NXT stars come there. Cora Jade made an appearance.
Fraxium.
Yes, Joe Henry is now the TNA world champion.
Do you believe in Joe Henry P?
I still don't get it, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's one of those fads in wrestling where it like catches on, and then I guess
you say his name and he appears.
It just caught on. So I mean, good for him. I know he's been grinding for a long time. But I want to talk about Jordynne Grace.
Yeah,
she had a match with Tessa Blanchard. It was what you would expect the match to be. Both are fantastic wrestlers, even if one is extremely problematic. But you can tell it felt like a send-off for Jordynne Grace. Royal Rumble being around the corner, a lot of people think it will be obvious that she will enter the Royal Rumble. But I was seeing rumblings that, like, what if she won? Or was, like, in the finals? Or, like, got really, really far?
I feel like even if she won, first of all, we knew it was a send-off because did you see the bangs?
I love the bangs. I love the bangs on her.
Sis came out slaying, but either way, if it was like, even if she did win against Tessa, with this new partnership, it still anything could go. Anything could have happened. Jordynne Grace could have definitely been in Royal Rumble like she was last year, as she came to Royal Rumble last year as the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion. Yep. So it's just like, either way, it could have happened. Now, what my thing is that with Tessa being so problematic and her being back in the locker rooms where it kind of started, the problems kind of got exposed for her with this new partnership, are we liable to see her in WWE?
Sadly, yes.
Because Chelsea Green, she said things that Tessa has done to her. There's been things I know from Deonna Purrazzo, who was just, somebody was like, I want to see her face Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna was like, nah. Like, definitely staying away from it. So it's just like, what is next for us? Like, are we really able, like, I feel like, is WWE production this, I don't want to say colorblind or like this disillusion that we really want to see Tessa, because look at the Hulk Hogan thing. They're kind of neck and neck for me.
Exactly. I want to preempt all the fans out there, like, do not be surprised if you see Tessa Blanchard in NXT in the near future, because we've seen that they have they've pushed things under the rug. Yeah. Like you said, Hulk Hogan has come back numerous times. There's other problematic wrestlers. Like how long it took them to fire what's his name?
Not Enzo.
Matt Riddle? Dirty one. Yes, Matt Riddle. How long they kept him when there were like so many accusations out there. Like they didn't fire Velveteen Dream immediately. Like unfortunately, I would not be surprised if she was to return. But I also see the wrestlers backstage maybe even putting up some resistance there, especially like if Chelsea Green, has said like, I've experienced some of the things that you've done to me. And then you see the things like, oh, people change, like we gotta forgive. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
no.
Fuck that. We
Tessa is extremely problematic. It's unfortunate that TNA even featured her and put her in such a high spot, but if TNA want to forgive her and have her on there, do y'all. But I hope that WWE doesn't bring her in.
Bring over Tasha Steele.
Yes, shout out to Tasha Steele.
So her tweet. So and I was like, she was like, I'm thinking. I said, don't think, do it.
No,
just do it. Tasha, just do it. Just come, girl. Like, stop playing.
Just do it. I also want to shout out Jordynne because she made it clear that if it wasn't for Naomi, that this TNA partnership probably would not have happened.
Right.
So I definitely want to give Naomi her props because it really does take that one person that, you know, because I don't think anyone's ever said, you know, Naomi was problematic in any way to build that bridge. And I also love how we see, like, some of our faves are in TNA, like Dana Brooke and Dolph Ziggler and stuff like that. So it would be nice to see them even make appearances in NXT, even if it's just like, you know, for like a quick second or a match. I think that can be
I would love to see Dolph Ziggler
really
back
cool.
on thing. But would he be like, come back as Dolph Ziggler?
That's
or would
the
it be like
tough
Nick
part.
Nimitz?
Yeah, because
Like,
Naomi,
who
they
are
just
you?
was like, okay, Naomi's back. They was like, okay.
But we already knew like she was Trinity too because of Total Divas. Like she already separated the two. With Dolph Ziggler, like the only reason why we knew he was Nick was because of Total Divas when he tried to kiss Nikki Bella.
Yep,
and he was just like,
exactly.
Nick just tried to kiss him. I'm like, who the fuck is Nick? That was Dolph. Who the fuck is Nick? So it was just like, who you come back as?
Yeah. I'm ready for that.
I'm ready for that too. I'm very excited. You mentioned that Cora Jade showed up at Genesis, but that was kind of payback from Masha Slamovich showing up at NXT last week, which Sando and I talked about. And that was just like, I want to see if Cora's gonna go after that championship. Because as we said before, we've seen Masha fight in real life.
Yes, we have, and she's very physical. I'm so proud to see how far that she's come. It was the same with Willow, watching her evolve, because we have literally watched her wrestle in so many different places over the years. But she's physical. She's gonna be back at Battle Club Pro.
Yes.
Shout out to our friends over there. I love that because it's like, don't forget, you know, where you came from, where you started.
Don't forget home.
Exactly. So I love that she's still doing appearances there, or that she's allowed to still do appearances there, and I feel like this is just the beginning for her.
I feel like all contracts should be like that now.
I agree.
Like they should definitely, even if you're in WWE, like some contracts should definitely still have that leeway to where you can like go to Japan or, you know, go do these indie circuits, something big like Battle Club Pro or HOG or something like that, just to get those fans who have never been to a live show but see their favorites in the indies, like, oh, this is what they can do, or they only see like the contrast from TV up until indies. I do think that should definitely happen.
I think so too, and I think it helps like their exposure as well, like to other fans, and them being able to work in different markets, because then it just brings all those fans, you know, back to WWE in the long run.
Right. I agree. So we got Cora and TNA, like this whole TNA aspect, and I can't wait. But in other wrestling news, because you mentioned Willow, you know, Willow's in AEW. The news about Britt Baker.
Ooh.
See now.
So is it news or is it gossip?
Well,
rumors
it's okay.
Turned into news because of social media.
I should say of the rumors I should say of Britt Baker. I mean, it was kind of reported by PWI Insider, so that's why I'm saying news in a sense. But it's real. I don't want to say it's shocking to me, because there's nothing that people can do that can shock me, because people are going to be people. But the fact that a woman who carried the AEW women's division on her back since kind of the inception of AEW is now being put on the shelf because of whatever creative differences. And we know how Tony Khan can be sometimes. We know like he sometimes doesn't look at things from a wrestling perspective, but from a fan's perspective who doesn't know what they're doing clearly. But for Britt Baker to be rumored to have an ego, I don't think it's an ego. I think that when women get frustrated and then they start to express their frustrations, it's taken on as attitude, it's taken on as arrogance, it's taken on as things that, you know, that shouldn't come from a woman. But when a man does it, it's, oh, he's standing his ground, he's standing his purpose. What if the fact of the matter is she's just very frustrated? I was gone from injury, I came back and I approached Mercedes Moné. I don't even know if that really went anywhere. I believe they had like a match or two.
They had a match and it was not good.
Right, and it wasn't good.
All.
So it's just like now the frustrations are building and building. So when I'm over here voicing my opinion and voicing how I feel, instead of you taking this as some type of constructive criticism, you taking it as conflict, and now you want to use your power and your right to try to put me on the shelf. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing Britt in NXT just to see what she can do. But if she does have an ego and if she does feel like she's the queen of the world, and she does feel like she's queen bitch, she has to check that at the door.
Mm-hmm. And I think, too, the difference between, like, AEW and WWE with, like, new stars. Because Britt, it was a relatively new star when AEW started. And AEW kind of, like, put her on its back and was like, okay, you're going to be the face of the women's division. And that was that. So I feel like in a structure like WWE, she can thrive if she checks her attitude at the door. Yeah. I think she has potential. But I think also, too... and I remember seeing this, like, when she was dominating AEW, was her being overrated. Is she overrated? I would love to hear from our listeners. Like, do you think Britt Baker is overrated? Do you think she has what it takes to be in WWE? I also read today online, I don't know if it's true, but she has reached out to WWE, or at least expressed to the right people that she was interested in signing. There's a part of me that feels like if WWE wanted her, they would have signed her already. Yeah. Especially off the back of Adam Cole. But then there is a part where AEW did feel like a viable competition, where I'm sure some wrestlers felt like they didn't need to be in WWE because they were in AEW. Then there's the fact that Mercedes Moné is now sort of the face of the women's division, and now Britt Baker coming back has to deal with that as well. So that might be also a part of it, because we do know that Mercedes has, you know, creative control to a certain extent. So that could be a little bit of it too. So I mean...
That's the question of the day.
That is the question of the day. Like, is Britt Baker overrated? Do you see her in WWE? Royal Rumble, like we said, is right around the corner. This is the time where people would pop up and make an appearance.
If I hear DMD at Royal Rumble, I'm going to be pissed with a capital piss, okay?
Really?
Yeah, because it's just like, all right, y'all already know Royal Rumble last year kind of disappointed me. I was stranded in Florida. I was like... Everything that I wanted it to be in Royal Rumble season, and it was my first Royal Rumble, it fell flat. Like, it fell completely flat for me. So now I'm just like, let's do it again. Give me a do-over. Although I will not be in Indianapolis, you know, because you can't go to Vegas broke. I would kind of be pissed if I didn't see her, because I feel like I've seen her at AEW. Like, I feel like I've seen her come out at AEW in person, and that reaction and that pop is just like, so if I hear her music
so you'll be pissed that you won't be there, not pissed that she showed up.
I'll be pissed that I won't be there for the reaction and the pop.
Gotcha. I thought you were saying you would be pissed if she showed up.
Okay. I'll be pissed if a legend that I like show up and I'm not there. Yeah. I'm like, God damn you.
I would like to see her come in just to see how, because she's such an AEW girl. I want to see how she would do it, genuinely do in WWE. Green. Because, like, let's be real, WWE is where it's at. Like, that's the winning team. That's the main big stage. So, Britt Baker, if you got it, come to WWE and show us that you fucking got it. So speaking of other women that got it, but kind of got themselves in a little bit of trouble online recently, and that is Jada Parker. So she seemingly liked an Instagram post that was transphobic about one of the bills to reverse trans women to compete in women's sports, and that's a whole nother fucking topic.
That's a whole other topic, yeah.
And she liked the Instagram post, and that just, you know, Twitter fucking trolls caught it and tweeted about it, and she kind of got into it with people. We don't know if Jada Parker is transphobic. It wasn't necessarily clear. Is it unfortunate that she liked that post? Yes. She is a D1 athlete. She is coming from experience. Whatever her opinions are, If she is transphobic, that fucking sucks. And, like, you know, we don't tolerate that over here.
We don't tolerate that.
But people are saying that on NXT last night that she didn't get a pop she normally would.
She didn't.
And that could be a number of things. So she did debut new music that people are not feeling. I mean, a lot of the new entrance music we grew up in the Jim Johnson era, so
bring back Jim Johnson.
It's very hard for us to like get used to these new music. Everything kind of, to me, everything sounds the same.
It sounds the same.
And it was evident like Royal Rumble last year where people were coming out and I literally had to wait until I saw them to be like, oh, that's that person. That never would have happened back in the day. But anyway, you watched NXT.
I did.
Did Jada Parker get a pop? Do you think her star power is waning because of this whole scandal?
Okay, so Jada Parker got a pop backstage after Bayley mentioned her name with the whole Roxanne, Julia, Cora Jade debacle.
Okay.
And then from there, it was just like, because even in that backstage moment when, you know, she was going along with Kaylani, and Kaylani turned heel, baby, stop playing with us. And then like Carmen, it was just like,
she's so cute.
She's so cute, and she looked like Maya for a minute, but that's neither here nor there. It was just like she got a pop for that, and it was like, oh, okay, so, and she was throwing jabs. Everybody was like, oh, you know, verbal jabs. So then, like you said, when she came out, her music was different, and it was just like, okay, your music is different. So nobody really knows who you are. Then when they saw you again, it really wasn't a pop like that either. So it could be a number of factors. It could be the fact of the whole, them assuming that she's transphobic online, because, you know, after the inauguration, you know where everybody stands on that now, and the executive orders that have been signed are now deeming people that are who consider themselves to be trans and non-binary as non-human people. So that's always a very sensitive topic to discuss.
Very much so.
So for Jada Parker's sake, it was best that she would have addressed it as, I'm not transphobic. My beliefs are my beliefs, and I'm leaving it as that. And we should left it alone. Hopefully this doesn't hinder her, because she is a great wrestler. She is good at what she does. She has a lot of potential. But no, she didn't get a pop.
Damn. So we'll definitely check in, or I'll be paying close attention next week for if she comes out, to see what that crowd reaction is like. Because, you know, fans are also really fickle. Like, they might forget about this in a couple weeks, or they'll make their opinion known, and unfortunately, Jada Parker will be the one to feel the wrath. But, girl, keep your head up. Keep pushing. Try not to express such strong beliefs on social media if you can not, like, resist, only because people are going to take everything you do.
They don't take it with a grain of salt. They take it and run with it.
And no one knows how to have constructive conversations anymore on social media. So if I could give you some advice, Jada, is kind of keep those strong opinions
to yourself.
Offline. Yes, offline.
And I mentioned Bayley and Roxanne, which I'm starting to love.
I love Bayley in NXT. Can I just say, like, anytime I see Bayley go to NXT, like, I get chills.
I was like, oh, Bayley's here.
That's her home.
That's her
like,
home.
She's coming back home.
Yeah.
It means a lot to her. It's, like, so significant in her career, and she's able to give back to you know, the people that watched her. Every person that she's mixed it up with so far has at one point mentioned Takeover
Bayley.
Brooklyn. Her feud with Sasha being something that inspired them to get into wrestling. So the fact that now she can go back, and I still think Bayley's in her prime, the fact that she can go back in her prime and mix it up with the girlies, all the way here for that.
Yeah, like, I'm here for it too. So, like, her in the ring, rocking that purple, it's just like, girl, come on, give me some purple.
I'm loving that purple.
Like, I might red might not have me in a chokehold no more. I might have to do purple. Damn.
And it's funny because I like when
you usually wear purple.
I do when we were in Cleveland. My long lost Bayley interview, and we kind of talked about how we both had purple hair, and I was like, oh my God, I can never go back now.
Once Bayley compliments you, you have to keep it. Like, now I have to find some dope lashes, because during mine she was like, your lashes are awesome. I'm just like,
a little purple in
my lashes for Bayley. Speaking of lashes, we're gonna get into Lash Legend in a minute. But the feud that Roxanne and Bayley are building, and now you have Julia and Cora Jade in the mix. I just cannot. And then the fact that they was like, it went to commercial break.
So fucking good.
It went to commercial break, and you saw them fighting, like, literally in the midst of Ava being in the middle of that.
I love
then it goes back to, you know, them just like, now they have a match next week.
Yep.
A tag team match, and it's just like, yo, like. And then now it's like with TNA, is Masha going to come and try to distract Cora and them? Like, what is, like, you never know. This is what I love about wrestling, is because you never know. It's so good. You can definitely just, like, have anything happen. That makes sense. Even if it don't make sense and people like it, they're going to react to it.
Exactly.
So I cannot wait about, like, this women's division.
Me too. I'm so here for it. Also, the cross promotion coming over. Like, I know Bayley's officially on Raw, but then it's like Nia Jax was on Raw, but she's dropped to SmackDown. So it's really sometimes it really depends on like when they want to follow the fucking draft rules.
I'm just so confused by
but
that.
Bring them all to NXT at some point. Like,
not Nia. Not Nia.
Oh, not Nia. Okay.
Not Nia.
But I want main roster people to go to NXT regularly because they, like, the NXT people are contenders. Like, Corey J, Roxanne popping up on Raw, like,
And SmackDown.
I want all of that to continue
like
happening.
just bring them all together. Just shake them up.
Exactly.
Pull it out of her hat.
So we got Bianca and Naomi
yep.
facing Lash Legend and Jakara next week for the championships. This is what we've always envisioned the women's tag team championships to be. Go to all the brands and fight, especially because NXT doesn't have, they unified them. So I'm like, okay, what are we going to do with these titles? But we're going to have a banger of a match next week. How do you see that going?
Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. I don't know. Like, I'm very excited for Jakara and Lash. Like, this is their moment. Like, they came up to SmackDown, claimed that division as theirs. Like, that's not nobody else's but theirs when they come. Like, when they come in the room, they take up space.
Yes.
Cheap plug.
Love
they
it.
take up space. However, you have vets like Bianca and the most vet of them all, Naomi.
Yep.
Coming in and still holding and still taking up their space. So it's just like when you got 4 black beautiful queens who are
I cannot wait.
not only uplifting each other but also going to sit there and protect each other in the ring, but know at the end of the day it's about competition.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't be mad at either because I know they're about to put on a banger of
I wouldn't
a match.
mind if Jakara and Lash become champion. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be mad at it because they have been grinding for a minute. On both ends. Like, they've been grinding for a minute. Also, y'all know, I've been wanting to see some spice between Naomi and Bianca and who attacked Jade. Like, that is still up in the air. And I really feel like we're going to find out either on Tuesday.
I feel like that too.
Or very soon.
Because Jade been dropping subs on Twitter.
Yes, she has.
She's been dropping subs on Twitter.
And I don't put it, like, I don't. See, the thing with Jade and Naomi and Bianca is they are both such baby faces. Like, we all love them so much, and you wouldn't think that either one of them would be capable of doing something so shady. So imagine one of them come out as the one that attacked Jade. Like, just imagine the shock on either one of them. I mean, we've seen Naomi in Team Bad as a heel, but not recently. Bianca in NXT was a heel, but she's recently become, I call the female John Cena to these little girls. Imagine one of them turn heel and attack Jade. Then I had this other theory that Bianca and Naomi worked together to attack Jade, but they've been fronting, putting on a little acting like they don't know what happened. Naomi like, oh my God, I went to go check to see if there's any more information about, and then she ain't find nothing out.
Here's my theory. I feel like if Jakara and Lash win, there's gonna be some type of a misstep between Bianca and Naomi. Yes. Just like when Bianca made a mistake and whipped her with that braid.
By mistake.
I mean, they did have it. She whipped it. However, I also do feel like once that misstep happened, Naomi's frustration is going to take off because it's not once. Now it's twice that you hit me. And now she's going to feel like, and now that's when it's all going to spill out and boil out. They're just going to be like, yep. My heart. The palpitations.
I am very excited about whatever happens there. And I gotta say, the long-term storytelling that WWE has been doing has also been great. Like, they actually acknowledge past feuds. They acknowledge wrestlers in other promotions. Penta coming back. Like, they acknowledged all of his history, everything that matters, everything that he's done in the past. Like, before was kind of like, they made up what they wanted us to know about certain wrestlers, but now they're like, no, this person was this person was that. So I am very much here for whatever tangles up in there. I also want to mention as well just some of like the history of certain wrestlers and who else they're going to bring in. Like, Penta was one of those people that was, like, very anticipated now. Like, I don't mind you. I know all these real wrestling fans are going to come from me, but I wasn't very familiar with Penta prior to him coming. Me neither. But the hypeness around him and the fact that he came in, and you can tell, like, he is that guy. Like, you can tell. And I'm like, okay, I want to see more of that. I want to see more legends come in and really make a name for themselves. Because like I mentioned before, like if you are a professional wrestler, WWE is the end goal at some point. Like whether you want to admit it to yourself or not, if you really want a real career in wrestling, you have to end up in WWE at some point.
Yeah.
And the fact that Penta is here, his brother is rumored to come.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, some other people are also rumored to come. So I'm very...
Let Ricky Starks come. He been in jail
Ricky
too long.
Starks, that's who... I'm excited for him.
And I have my little beef and qualms with him, just a little bit. But you know,
Is
I think
it
I squashed it
Wale
at
Mania
GCW.
related?
I think I squashed it at GCW.
Okay. I'm like, is it
But it was
Wale
Wale Mania related.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
Ricky, you need to be out of jail. You need to be out of wrestling jail now. It's okay. Like we here for you. We're gonna embrace you with open arms.
Yes. I also want to remind people. So we brought up Lash Legend, and some crazy shit popped up on her Instagram. And I remember saying it to the group chat, like, I hope homegirl know that she's worth more than $14 for her nudes.
That's a fact.
And then it came out that she was hacked and WWE was like working on it and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, this is kind of crazy. Because my thing is make your coin.
But not like that.
But not like that. And if you're going to sell, any women out there, if you're going to sell nudes, make sure...
Know your worth.
Know your worth. Exactly. Mandy Rose made $1 million in like a fucking day after she got outed. So it's like, make sure, like, yeah.
All right, so here's my thing about these nudes, right? AI is a hell of a thing.
Scary.
AI is a hell of a thing. Instagrams have been getting hacked left, right, center, you know.
Very much
and
so.
The fact, and you know what's crazy? I peeped it on our Instagram because, yeah, we have Lash Legend, but I'm like, why are we in her close friends?
Right.
Like, it was that
I was, like, flattered.
Me too.
But then I'm like,
she don't know us like that.
Girl, no.
Like, one, she don't know us like that. Two, your close friends is your close friends. And even if it's in your close friends, that's still not something that you post on social media at all. So for that to go up, $14, and then seemingly it's probably, I think Ciendo was one who said it's probably the cover is probably like her being in a bathing suit, but because AI is such a thing, they want to do that. Like, get off of the computer, get off of the internet. Like, stop doing all of this and trying to ruin people's lives and careers so you can laugh. Like, that's not funny, because what if that really would have turned into something different? Very much like, it could have left her open for so many things, and it could have definitely ruined her career before it even really got started.
And not to mention, she's in a relationship that we know of. Like, nobody
wants to see that. Nobody wants that smoke. Nobody needs to see that. So please stop with the AI. Please stop trying to make things something that it's not. It's so really not that. Like, y'all are being creeps. Let these people live. If y'all are fans of them, go save up enough money to go to an autograph sign and get some pictures. Go to a show. Support. Put money in their pocket. That's how you support wrestlers.
If you want to support Lash, go watch season 1 of her fucking cooking show.
And take some notes. Make some dinner.
Exactly. Just a quick thing. Triple H... I don't know why I should say Triple H, but WWE filed for a trademark for lashing out with Lash Legend. So I think that means that they see big things for her in the future.
But I also hope that she gets, like, whatever the contract reads, like, she gets compensation half, like they don't own it.
I'm assuming it means like merch and stuff like that. Also, I feel like WWE's been stepping up their merch game, designs, because usually like I hate like majority of WWE shop designs because they just throw something on a shirt just to sell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like they've been really upping it. Like Bianca Belair's new shirt is really good. It also was giving heel vibes.
Yes, and she posted and said she loved it.
Ooh.
Like, she's like, I love these so much, but it say like blessed, and it says he wants a Bianca. I mean, I want a Bianca heel turn too, but I want it done the right way. Okay, we're not gonna do it. Like, we're not gonna, whatever. Do what you want. I don't care. Do what you want.
You know, either way, that's it. Like, we're gonna fuck with Bianca, but it would be fun to see her do a little bit more. But I mean, it's up in the air. I don't want to think about it too much because I want to see how it plays out. But I'm confident that they'll do it right.
Yeah.
I'm confident that they'll do it right.
It's like they get it wrong. It's like, if the music is good, the merch sucks. If the merch is good, then the music sucks. We need a happy medium, y'all.
We need a happy medium. So in other news, I don't know if you are familiar with Paige Soraya, her problematic boyfriend that she was dating. So they broke up.
Amen.
Yes. After
Let the church
6
say
years,
amen.
TMZ reported on it. Yes. Girl.
You can do so much better.
You could have done so much better.
Like, you went from toxic to...
really toxic.
to hell. Like, you went from toxic to...
And I know that that he helped her with her sobriety and change her life and things like that. But I think that relationship definitely like ran its course. So I'm glad they broke up. But she does have, her book is coming out pretty soon. Her autobiography, her memoir, I guess. So it's interesting the timing.
Ain't she still in her 20s?
She's 31 now.
Oh, I'm gonna say, how you got an autobiography in your 20s?
I mean, she
Girl,
had a fucking biopic at like
yet.
25.
I mean, I get it. What you... I still ain't see.
Yeah. It's on Hulu.
Oh, good.
It was on Hulu when I told you to watch it. When I told you to watch it, it was on Hulu.
And you saw it like 3 times.
So I seen it twice, and then it's streaming everywhere. Okay. Guys, make sure, flood the comments. Make sure Krista B watches Fighting With My Family about Paige's life, because it's cute. The Rock is in it. It's super cute. It's super cute.
The final boss.
Speaking of movies, so Queen of the Ring film trailer just came out, and it is about the life and career of Mildred Burke, who was one of the, I think she was the first female athlete to make $1 million, or at one point she was the highest paid female athlete in the country, which is pretty dope. And her biopic is coming out, and some of our faves are in that movie. Yep. Naomi plays Ethel Johnson. Camille is in it from AEW. And she's another one that mysteriously disappeared from AEW, and I heard that she was very unhappy with how she was signed.
They've got her looking like the Nicole Bass of AEW.
And then anytime like she did have matches, she like lost and like still got beat up.
You
and
big
as
hell,
like, okay,
you
girl.
losing?
Mind you, she was one of the longest reigning NWA women's world champions. So I had high hopes for her when she left NWA. I was hoping that WWE would do what they got to do, but then AEW swooped in. A lot of people say AEW signed her just to keep her from signing with WWE. If that's true, I'm not surprised. It's whack, but hopefully Camille, again, Royal Rumble season's coming up. WWE, do what you gotta do.
That's crazy.
Excuse me, she has a lot of potential. Toni Storm is also in the Queen of the Ring film. And Mickie James plays the fabulous Moolah in that movie. And that comes out in March.
It's March 7th.
Yes.
2 days before this girl's birthday.
Kristen's birthday.
I'm trying to be in Philly March 7th because Philly March 7th is SmackDown. And then March 10th is Raw at MSG.
Ooh.
So we gotta make some things happen.
That would be really, really cute.
But I do want to see that movie. Oh, maybe we can do that to kick off my birthday. Us go see Queen of the Ring.
I was thinking that would be really cute if we did like a meet, like those that are based in New York City, do like a little meetup and go see it together.
Go see it together.
Get them opening weekend numbers up. Let us know if you're based in New York, if you're down for something like that. I want to see Trinity Naomi in this movie
I was watching,
playing such a vital role.
Yeah, I was watching your Spotted. P is back. Yeah. P is back. Her watch where pop culture meets wrestling is revamped and new to Spotted, which I love. Monday nights before Raw. But however, and it's crazy because I was gonna send it to you because Naomi had posted it in her IG story. Of course,
after.
Right? No, she posted it before you did it.
I didn't see it.
And you played the trailer, but she's nowhere in the trailer.
She's not in the trailer.
Like, I'm like, is that her?
It might be a minor role, unfortunately.
But Ethel Johnson is somebody not minor. Yeah. And like,
in Mildred Burke's story, it might be like a scene or two.
I get it.
Is probably why she's not in the trailer. I do feel like they should have represented her in the trailer, being such a legendary black wrestler. Like, if she's in the film, they should have put her in the trailer.
Ethel Johnson was like one of the three only black women at that time wrestlers, and trust me, I know I did my thesis statement on them. Like they were included in that, along with
in the dark side of the ring for Moolah. Like, she's mentioned because she was like, I couldn't imagine being a woman.
Ethel wasn't trained with Moolah.
She wasn't in that film. She wasn't in that
Georgia
episode.
Brown was.
Oh, okay, that's what I'm thinking about.
Ethel Johnson was not.
But what sucks is how hard it was to be a woman in wrestling back then.
And then a black woman at
that. To be a fucking black woman. Like, Mildred Burke fucking brought her son on the road. That
that takes a lot.
Legendary, because now it's just becoming cool to do that. And mind you, it's what, 2025? Imagine back in the fucking 60s what she had to do, and her son being on the road.
The 50s
so
and 60s, yeah.
This is a huge moment. I love seeing wrestling on the main stage like this. I love seeing like it's going to be another big wrestling movie, but then it's about a woman.
It's about a woman,
and I'm really and I'm really excited to see how well the movie does, and if the movie is, you know, any good. And I think other wrestlers are in the film. I think more information about it is coming out. Jim Cornette is in it. He plays an NWA commissioner. And he's problematic.
So much sense.
Yeah, he's problematic in his own sense.
Yeah.
But like, he's such a wrestling historian, and he gives old school wrestling. Like, he gives NWA commissioner. Like, I don't think he got to act a lot.
I don't even think he got line. Like, whatever he says is out of his mouth. Like,
yes.
He don't even have lines for it. That's his words. That is it.
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
But we are officially going into Rumble season.
We are. It's your favorite.
It is next weekend. It is my favorite. But next week we have a.
We're gonna surprise them.
You think?
We're gonna surprise them.
Okay.
We're gonna surprise y'all. Y'all better make sure y'all tune in. We do have a huge surprise.
Yes.
What I will say
for next week's episode
is that it's a family member.
Yes.
A TWG family member.
A family member.
We will leave it as that. It is going to be a huge, huge surprise. But being that we're in Rumble season, and before we close out, the only thing I want for Rumble season, besides, you know, the surprising stuff, I want for when Jey Uso music hit, I want for both Pat McAfee and Michael Cole to be in that ring eating. I need him to be in the ring eating.
I know Pat has no problem. I need Michael Cole.
Somebody got
okay,
Michael,
when you get to your hotel room, right, Michael? Put a regular beat on and just practice.
No.
1, 2.
I'm gonna give you a better one.
Two.
I'm gonna give you a better one. So when I was younger, right, and it's hard to believe because I'm me, I didn't have rhythm.
I don't believe that.
No, for real. I'm gonna tell you the story right now, real quick before we wrap up. I didn't have rhythm. Like when I was small, so you know, like when kids are first starting listening to music and stuff, whatever, like 3, 4, 5. I didn't have rhythm. So what my cousin did was, right, she took my hand and she placed it on the speaker for me to feel the vibrations and stuff. For me to feel the
girl,
beat.
we gotta do this. We gotta do this.
She was like, "You black, and you not gonna be representing us dancing like that." So that's what happened. So Michael Cole,
yes.
Before you start to think you can get the beat,
yes,
go put your hand.
Go
play Jey Uso's Uso music.
Yep.
Put your hand on that speaker.
Yep.
Let the vibrations take you over, and then it's. That's it.
2. Even if you got to count in your head, don't let the crowd get you too hyped where you can't catch the beat.
Because then you tiptoeing and
you know
jumping like you wasn't.
You know, and it's like, we love you.
We love you, Michael Cole. We love you, Michael Cole.
We need you at some point to catch it. Because we even see some of our white folk in the crowd. They're getting better.
They're getting better.
Even maybe it's Jey Uso being in the crowd with them. They're you know, because we've been in crowds where we're like, okay.
Yeah, like we on beat and everybody, like we here, they here.
What did my grandmother used to say something about them catching the beat? Like she would say the beat is like this and the white people are like this. And it's like, yo, that's exactly
I say they don't listen to the beat, they listen to the words.
Yeah, that might be it too.
They listen to the words. They don't hear the beat.
We were confident that Michael Cole,
Pat, if you ever in New
get
York,
your boy, let's get him some rhythm.
When you come to New York, Pat, we'll help you.
Yeah.
We'll help you. We'll help you.
We got you.
On that note, we just want to say thank you all for tuning in. We just want to say thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Those Wrestling Girls, brought to you by, presented by the Revolt Podcast Network. P, please let everybody know where they can find you at.
You can find me everywhere at Queen 3_PR and every Monday night on Those Wrestling Girls YouTube channel for Spotted, where WWE meets pop culture, and every week with my girl Krista B.
And we
chatting some women's wrestling.
And you can find me, Miss Krista B, MS_KRISTAB_ on Instagram, MS_KRISTAB on Twitter. Those Wrestling Girls everywhere. Make sure you follow the Revolt Podcast Network, where this episode will be living at. Subscribe to everywhere.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. On that note, it's your girl Krista B.
And Queen P.R.
And we're out of here.
Queen P.R. Krista B, those wrestling girls, TWG, Black excellence, making it effortless. Podcast bringing up women in wrestling. Let's go.